Mr. Okoligo,
Yes.
just a moment, just hold the thought. I'm still going to take you up on some other issues, but let me allow, we've been talking to politicians, let me allow a political science professor to weigh in on this matter. Professor Alaba Ogunsanwo joins us from Ibadan. Thank you, Professor, for allowing us intrude into your evening, and thank you for talking to us on politics today on Channels Television. Tell me, what do you make of the screening exercise and the process so far? 18 people have been confirmed, and in the coming days, we'll be seeing more.
Well, I think that on the basis of what has been said and what happened last week, this is a Senate that is more serious than the previous one. And I think the president is lucky in having his nominees being, as it were, seriously questioned. This really did not happen in the past, except for just one or two ministers against whom there was bitterness. But in the present situation, question of bitterness has not come into it. And therefore, from that angle, the president will get those that he believes he needs to work with him. I think that is the best one can say with reference to the question of the screening itself.
All right, if you look at the debate that's been on within the political circle, the political parties pointing accusing fingers at each other on this issue of anti-corruption, and some other people have said, look, some people have fingered the list the president has put forward. It's not actually a list of saints. What do you make of that statement, considering the list President Buhari put forward?
I think President Buhari is the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He knows that he needs a cabinet. His initial intention was to bring in as many technocrats as possible. But he realized that on the basis of how he got there, it was not the technocrats that brought him to power, it was the politicians. The politicians know what it is that they want, and they are all over the country. He's worked with a few of them, and he's not very comfortable, but he has no choice but to work with those who have been so put forward by politicians. After all, we must understand, if you say that he has not put saints as his nominees, where will he get the saints from? From Mars or from Venus? He's getting Nigerians as nominees to go there. He's depending on politicians and also on the technocrats. His belief is that many politicians in Nigeria are corrupt, but he's also realistic enough to know that because many of the politicians are corrupt, they have a right to be represented in his cabinet. Even if some of them are corrupt, it doesn't matter. The fact is that he has now seen the reality. If you watched his speech on the 1st of October, you would have seen that reality creeping into it. No longer did he say that one political party was going to kill corruption. That was the slogan in the past. He now knows better that no political party can kill corruption in Nigeria. Corruption cannot kill corruption. And on that basis, what he has put forward is something that is realistic. He now also takes the position from what his aides are saying, that unless somebody has actually been convicted by a court, that person you cannot say is corrupt. That obviously is incompatible with his position earlier on during the election campaign. In any event, what he will tell the ministers when they succeed, when he swears them in, is that from now on, what you did in the past is irrelevant, but if you are caught, you allow yourself to be caught, then you are out. We will deal with you ruthlessly. From that point, people can begin to assess him, but not on the basis of those in terms of what they had done in the past, because there's no way he could have changed all those. There are many of them that he has had to accept on the basis of what others are saying in terms of recommendations. But as human beings, all human beings have their weaknesses. Some of them, he hopes, are not so strong that he will feel embarrassed or ashamed for having nominated them. But he has to work with Nigerians. And not all Nigerians are saints. There are few that are saints. He is working with a group that he believes can work with him. And he is humble enough to say that he wants technocrats who will deliver. He is not an expert in everything. In all of the ministries, he is not. And so he wants people who will ensure that his government delivers on the terms of promises made to the people of Nigeria. I think it's from that angle that we should judge him.
Professor Alaba Ogunsanwo speaking to us from Ibadan, the capital of Oyo State. Thank you so much for your intervention on this matter.